Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things. They've been routed. They're wearing Waluda armor. I needed that. Get surrounded. What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here. sounding big. Joshua and Jill must be busy. All right. Where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
What does he want? Now, Torgal! Torgal, chill! It's over!
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Mythos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard, and you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. All yours, Torgal. An odd trick.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes!
Nice try. Too slow.
Still my beating heart! One is seldom enough. Would you not agree?
Actually, I wouldn't. Nice try.
vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
All the rest.
Joshua!
reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will you be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but... You've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the Royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with a
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come again. I may have more for you.
What will it be today? How may I help you today? Here you are. Very good.
Which song should we listen?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? My best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. My best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. Anything else?
If it's knowledge you seek, we've told.
most good morrow to you, my friend. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. You wish to study the tomes?
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items would go to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking.
I know this is your hideaway, but you really shouldn't be in here. If Mid caught you rifling through her research, she'd have your head. Then mine for letting you.
What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these. I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it? Sid's best invention. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
How are we supposed to do our duty?
Who's that?
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all, so we pressed all the... like this. See?
All right. Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean... There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed, yeah! No.
They started playing when I removed this.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Who's a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his
No, we're not the Prince's keepers. He's...
I'd rather he did so in bed. His route much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What
Though I may be sometime.
Then at least...
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Speaking of which...
Worried about him.
Afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but... So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed. Try as I might, I can't for the... And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up...
I'd speak to him. Well,
cheers.
I'll be sure to...
All right.
Glory to Griga.
What's happened?
Talia's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the... I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but Clive, she hasn't left the info. Will you talk to her?
I know better than to order Talia to do anything.
Thank you.
Talia, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, we all admire your dedication.
I will, when it's time. Until then, we owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them...
Oh, with tears?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy.
You wouldn't. There must be something we...
Sometimes an easy death is the great... You do well to remember that, Rodrigo.
We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. I can make the draft if you...
Just tell me what you...
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives... Bring me one of... I'll make sure the other...
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget.
Bloody hell, Clive.
That remains to be... August tells me he showed, and that the sight of it clearly upset you.
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said...
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Black.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring he flashed was... We apprenticed together.
You've never mentioned him, but...
Why would I? I ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost... The ring brought it all back. Like it vast has improved, though. More than I thought possible.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, mate.
It matters, because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea. The fact is... I couldn't make...
So what? You're an art...
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep... As far as I'm concerned, because the curse breakers deserve better than second best, and I refuse to be shown up...
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit?
I doubt he'd be too happy.
Then just this once. Swallow your pride, and for keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't...
What'd you say, Blackthorn?
And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where'd you...
In Dravozd, my old village.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at and I'll make sure Blackthorn don't...
Good luck with that.
He's a surly soaker.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of... I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove that... That is correct. As for the Morble, why...
How timely.